to another video. This time we're going to be reacting to another Shaman King video. This one is on, we got a Kamen Rider, guys. We're back. We got another Kamen Rider, guys, and it's one of my absolute favorite Kamen Riders. We have Kamen Rider Bill, If Bill Nye Had Hands, by Shaman King 100. So, yeah, I meant to upload this last week. Checks. I meant to upload something last week entirely, but life. So anyways, I'm uploading now. I'm sorry for the wait, but here we are. Kamen Rider Bill, If Bill Nye Had Hands. So link to the original video will be down in the description. As always, shout out to Shaman King 100. Give his channel a shout out. Give his channel a shot if you haven't been there already. And anyways, let's get into this reaction in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, today I am taking another step into my Kamen Rider journey by covering one of the most requested ones on the channel. And no, not Ryuki. I'm saving that for something special for y'all. We talking.
So I'm assuming he meant to do Ryuki first, but then he saw Build and I'm like, yeah.
About Kamen Rider builds, baby. And we will be covering the first arc of the show since I could not fit
the second to last rider of the Heisei era, by the way.
The whole season to one video, because that thing was about to be a movie. But I'm down to cover the rest of the show if that's what y'all really want.
Let's just jump into it.
So we start this off with the astronaut finding Pandora's box. Yes, that Pandora's box on Mars, and brings it down to Earth. With that string of words I just muttered, no.
Oh shit, that's opening. Nah, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because, like, damn, holy shit. I need to rewatch this. Well, actually, I need to watch it completely.
Nothing could go wrong. Yeah, something's about to go.
Yeah, incredibly wrong.
Wrong. As in the midst of them celebrating this find, a man runs over and opens Pandora's box. Literally the one thing you're not supposed to do with it. And with it brings segregation to Japan by a
via the box.
Great Wall breaking Japan into 3 districts. But we'll touch on that a little later. Right now, let me introduce you to our protagonist of the show, Kiryu.
Sento, sorry. Why said Senku? Sento.
He's a man living in the secret laboratory of a coffee shop. He's the Kamen Rider we'll be following through this story, and he happens to have amnesia. I don't know how you forget the last 20 years of your life, but you still remember to be a science genius, but we're gonna roll with it. But the only thing he can really remember besides being a genius is that he was experimented on, which looks to be Weapon X run by Batman. But yeah.
yeah, so the running gag with the villain character is that they call him a Batman, not necessarily Batman like the one we know in America, but like a literal Batman.
Yes, Kiryu is at this coffee shop with this man and his adoptive daughter, and for the most part, he's a good comic relief character. He's pretty cool. I like him, and he treats our boy pretty well. And if you're wondering why my boy Kiryu is so excited right now, that's just because he just got a brain.
The bottle system. So, bottle systems. He essentially have 2. He's probably gonna explain how they work, so I'm just gonna shut up. But yeah, that the bottle gimmick is a fun gimmick.
Brand new toy. Well, it's a little more than a toy. It's actually the gimmick of this show, which I'll explain in a little bit later, as these are the things that are going to help our boy turn into a Kamen Rider. But he can also use them as like capsule corp technology from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I didn't even notice that little parallel too. That's a cool little call up.
Using it to just spawn in a bite.
Oh no, not the Transformers transformation sound effect.
So our boy hits the commute to work, but on his way there,
he runs right into his, let's be honest, he ran right into his husbando. He ran right into his husbando, aka his best match.
He runs into the ex-MMA fighter known as Banjo? Like Kazooie? Oh, please don't flame me in that comments, please. But
okay, I'll help you out a little bit. It's Banjo. I'm not gonna come at you with cloak and daggers for your pronunciation. It's pronounced Banjo. It's like how the next writer after this, Kamen Rider Go. So interesting thing about his name is that the Z and the I in Japan is done with the J sound, like the J sound. So instead of being Z-O, it's G-O. It's G-O, like that. For anyone who was wondering. Same thing with like his secondary writer, it's pronounced Gates, but it's spelled Geiz, but it's actually if you pronounce it in English, it's Gates, like Gates. That's the pronunciation for it. In the case of like let's say is his last name Ryuga. In the case of Banjo, it's well, it kind of varies. Some people say banjo. This Banjo.
He was framed from a murder of,
like, think of the word Bon from Bankai, but instead of saying ban, you saying Bon.
This man whose name I'm not gonna try. Katsuragi. Okay. Yeah, Takumi Katsuragi. Yeah, that is a mouthful. What I say right now, and is on the run from the Batman and the people that were experimenting on him and our main character. So they have a little bit of a conversation and a misunderstanding, but in the midst of them talking, Marvel Rivals just dropped a new skin for the Thing. Oh, and it's clobbering time. These monsters of the week are known as Smash and
I know, right? The name. Let me smash.
Y'all chill. That's just the name of the monsters. I know your boy got some crazy taste, but I got some standards here. Now with that out of the way, my boy just got flat. Oh yeah, this Smash was not playing around. It was trying to get to the business. And salute to my boy Bancho. He was really trying his best to fight back. He give it a little meek. About broke his hands on that thing. But after getting dusted by this monster, it was time for our boy Kiryu to step up. And boy, I didn't even peep. My boy had the mismatched Converse on.
Oh, that's a little. Oh yeah, I noticed this too. And like, it took me a while to notice the gimmick here. If you notice, he has the colors blue and red, and it's also a subtle hint at what his costume looks like.
Ooh, my boy looking smooth with it. And he hits us with one of the smoothest transformations.
Rabbit Tank best match. Are you ready?
I done ever seen.
Yeah.
Boy even got his own announcer for this shit. I don't even gotta say nothing.
Oh yeah. Also, fun thing about that announcer gimmick. The announcer gimmick didn't happen. I don't know if he's looking at this video. But a little bit of history lesson. Even I found this out not too long ago. For you, Shaman. That whole gimmick actually started with the gimmick of the belts actually announcing the form, or like the form being announced through the drivers. Started with Ryuki. Funny enough, because if you watch both Agito and Kuga and Agito, they don't have that gimmick with theirs, but it started with that gimmick of the belt announcing what the gimmick is starts with Ryuki.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
That's hot. Yeah.
I love that outfit so much. I love Bill's outfit.
He's Kamen Rider.
Like, I say builds, and this one's an unpopular opinion. I like Oz's Tatoba combo form. It's between mine's like Bill, O's, Geo's, specifically Grand Geo. Grand Geo is like a really good looking form. And funny enough, speaking of Geo, there's a form he gets in a movie that's supposed to be effectively like his future self, like literally sends him his riot watch, and he becomes like Kamen Rider Geo Oma, and that outfit is fucking sick. I was like, you know, it's funny. That is like the purified version of Oma Geo. Oh my god, you can go all day about outfits, but yeah, that one's my favorite. Kuga's actually one of my other favorites. It's simple, but I like it.
Bill, baby, he looking clean. But this is a good moment for me to take a pause and explain the gimmick.
Yeah, Rabbit Tank best match
Of this series to you. So our boy takes a little bit of Sprite and a little bit of cold.
Okay.
Oh snap, that's the wrong script. God damn. Oh, here it is. So our boy gets 2 different capsules and fuses them together. Each capsule has its own bit of basis and element that it pertains. And our boy's always looking for the best match. So in this case,
yeah, he is. He's always looking for the best match.
His most common one that he uses is his rabbit
and tank.
Fused with a tank. I don't know why that's a perfect match. I'm just going with it.
Well, it's not a perfect match. It's a best match.
Cause my boy look fire. But he was straight down the bin and he done hopped over a man and pulled out the utensil. And I gotta say, having the science tubes come up when he summons something, it's just a nice touch. But he go ahead and hit the man with the mink and decides it's time to shake things up. You see what I did there? And switches out his rabbit capsule with a hedgehog. And I don't know why my dumb thought my boy was about to go supersonic on a man, knowing damn well hedgehogs in real life are slow as hell. But switching out the capsules lets my man acquire some spikes, and he gives this villain a little
poke, poke, poke.
But our boy knew that time for fun was over, and in a move that would impress Dr. Stone himself, our man goes underground, summons a little
He said, I'm about to hit your ass with physics.
White energy chart graph thing, and my boy jumps back.
I'm about to kick your ass with physics.
Out and gives him a straight kick to the chest with his vortex finisher. But some people show up to come and rest our boy Bancho, and our boy Bill has to make the decision, and that boy barely hesitated for a second and said, F it, we becoming fugitives together. This is all the first episode, and I'm already enjoying this series. I do want to say a couple things, however. If you're enjoying this, make sure you like and subscribe. I won't be able to cover every single fight that I really want to in this video. I'll have to probably put them in their own solo videos or one of our compilation ones. But with all that being said, there are some spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you can tune out now. I'll understand. I'm going to be covering up to episode 14. So if you don't want to be spoiled, go watch the first 14 episodes. Come on back. Kamen Rider. So with that out of the way, Bancho is part of the team, and we find out a few things about him. One fun fact, he was framed for murder. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
He's framed for murdering Katsuragi, even though our guy happened just to walk in on a dead body.
My boy, I cannot wait for you to get to that fucking twist. I'm not going to say any more. I'm not going to say anything.
Not sure if it was even really him. This will be important later. And we find out that our boy has a girlfriend who instantly gets turned into a smash. And in the midst of trying to reunite with her, ends up having to turn her into a pack. And I mean that literally. There was no way to save her, so they had to turn her into a capsule toy. We also end up finding how he ended up in the Batman's program when he got drugged by a bald-headed cop that took him there. So they knew that was probably their best lead to find out about this shady organization. Only thing is that he was in another district, and they would have to travel by boat to get there. Luckily, the news reporter that our boy saved from earlier was able to help them out on this one. Unluckily for them, this man also has amnesia.
It's an epidemic, homie.
This man doesn't even remember his own family and child. But because they brought him to the HQ, something in the corner sparked his interest and reminded him of something. A panel that they had in their lab was actually the same exact panels that they used during those experiments, which is mad weird. Why will an evil organization's panels be in a coffee shop laboratory? And
welcome to Kamen Rider.
Oh no. So while my man was making some home renovations, the owner himself came down and he had some explaining to do. And this man's comeback on being questioned on his loyalty is hilarious, as all he says is, can a villain look as stylish and dashing as me? And hey, who could argue with a man like that? But he does confess that he actually did work for Faust, as well saying that he is the astronaut that found Pandora's box and brought it back to Earth, and as well is the same guy that opened Pandora's box and brought up segregation in the giant walls. And my man's only excuse for this is, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Mars fucked me up. Like, dang, my boy was acting like he was playing Doom or something up there. And they just left it at that. I'd feel like you would probably press that a little more, but who am I? This guy is charming. He couldn't hurt a fly, right? But they end up getting sidetracked because they do find someone who actually knows who our boy Kiryu is. As he explains, our boy used to be the lead singer of their band. Dang, talk about wasted potential. How this man go from a wannabe musician to a dang physicist? But before they could learn any more, the big bad himself had appeared. that being Bloodstock. And this boy look freaking menacing, my boy. He got the drip on for days. Nah, it's bad when they're attacking this guy's style and charm. You cook, you donezo. Even worse, this man is equipped with a blicky, which he unloads on our boy. But our boy believed that he could fly and knock man.
Oh yeah, can we also talk about this little gag with Cinto and Banjo or Banjo? Sorry, with Banjo. I think it's it's Banjo. That's how they pronounce it in the show. Well, like, yeah, I'm struggling with names too. You're not alone. Like, I like this little dynamic between the two. With him constantly trying to find the best matches for like the bottles, but when Banjo does it for the first time, he gets it correct, and his reasoning behind it is, it's sixth sense. Or his instinct.
Man down a peg, and once he had him on the ground, he was gonna show him he not gonna take this show from him. They get the swinging and Shotty start taking pictures of that action. Was gonna sell this to Jonah Jameson for sure. Boy even whipped out
give me pictures of Build.
The drill sword ready to pierce the heavens with it. Had that thing sliding down on man's back.
Gurren Lagann reference play, but
Esther had it scratched enough to finish. Oh boy, Bloodstock.
Gurren Lagann reference.
I gotta be a jujutsu sorcerer because he hit my man square in the gut with a black flash. Had my boy rolling across the pavement. My boy was rethinking the whole fight now. He was like, nah, we gotta end this quick. This boy is taking up the spotlight from me. So he whipped out his signature move, summoned that graph table, and boy, something is amiss. Bloodstock ain't moving. He just chilling. And he does what every OP antagonist does to show them what they really about. And when my man came down for his vortex finish, this man Bloodstock caught that shit. Oh, nah, Build's run, he is him. And just that insult, that injury, my man said, nice kick, kid. Bruh, man, swear he Piccolo. And he tell our boy he not ready for the hands yet and just walks away. And boy, something like that can set a man's ego straight. He know that he gotta level up and do better. Our man was already struggling with Batman. How the heck he gonna handle him and Bloodstock? So quick montage for you. Our boy ends up getting a couple new forms. One of them I really like. It's like a manga themed one. And he even has a new sword and it has like panels on it. He's even able to do a shadow clone jutsu. It's pretty fun. And bro, even adding the detail of an ink pen on the visor, nice. We find out the doctor that our guys are framed for murdering actually made the fuse system that our Kamen Rider uses. Our boy Bancho ends up getting,
for anyone who knows, it's called the Rider system. That's what it's officially called. And he's the creator of the Build driver.
Getting a little pet dragon and fails to transform into a Kamen Rider multiple times. But one in particular fight happens that I need to talk about that had me hype as hell. As Bills was getting jumped by Batman and
I'll tell you a reason why he can't. Well, I don't know if it comes up soon, but the reason Banjo couldn't turn into a rider, I think he mentions it here, is the reason why is because Banjo lacked the drive to want to be a rider, or more essentially, it comes from the need to want to help people.
The smash and ends up getting defeated, but then our boy Bancho done stepped in the scene and said, hey, pass me my dead girlfriend, bro. And boy, I was locked in. As 11 episodes of build up has brought us to this moment for my boy to get his shine and transform for the first time in the
it comes the secondary rider Kamen Rider Cross.
Kamen Rider Cross Dragon. Oh yeah, I'm hype as heck. Yeah, the Z might be silent, but these hands are about to get to talking. Which they do as my man done round up the Jack in the Box and summon his animality.
Ready, go!
Smash with a dynamic kick to the chest. One-shotting the monster that was giving Build's trouble. Even the Batman was confused. He like,
one attack?
This man might be a little different. I'm just saying, my boy was looking good in the fit. He knew he was looking good. Now with that small fry out the way, it was time to give the Batman the hands. Boy slides in, dodges laser rounds, point blank, gave him the bob and weave, starts chopping dude down. Oh boy was too quick for the Batman. Oh, and Batsy over here didn't know my boy Cross came equipped with the Bop It sword. It's a bop it, smash it, And that as soon as it hit that man's chest, it had him flying back with a multi-hit Hadouken. You could just hear the chip damage. But as soon as that bop it said it was GG's for Manny, he had a dip up out of there. They do reveal who the Batman is. I don't feel like I need to spoil that right now for you for this video. But as we get into this last section, I'm going to have to spoil some things. If you are enjoying what you're seeing so far, of course, like and subscribe. You know your boy on the way to 50K. But as well, if you're planning to watch some Kamen Rider builds, stop the video now, because I will be spoiling some of the major plot points so we can get into this final episode. That being on who Bloodstock is and some revealing evidence on who our protagonist is. So we get hit with a big revelation that our main character is actually that genius physicist and not the guy from the rock band. And that he was actually trying to leave Faust, but Bloodstock didn't really like that idea. So he knocked him out and killed the delivery boy and face swapped him. So he has the face of this one dude, but he is truly this guy all along. And Bloodstock went and framed the murder on Bancho. And this type of revelation destroys my man, kind of puts him in a weird daze of like, who am I? Identity crisis kind of situation. It really gets deep. And all this leads us to wonder what kind of sick, twisted individual would do such a thing. So our man went to seek out those answers, and while he was chasing a man that he knew to be a suspect in all of this, he finds out that it is the shop owner himself. He's a rookie. He was behind all of this, and to make it worse, he reveals that he is Bloodstock, and he honestly wipes the floor with my man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boy was hitting the ground crying. Like, it's not fair. And this really puts a toll on the team as a whole, as this man was everyone's mentor. He was the person that was always there and pushing them to do better. So to find out that he's this evil mastermind is a big shot to the viewer and to them. But our boy Ryu decides he not gonna let this type of disrespect slide, and he meets up with this man to run the ones for real. So on a rainy day, these boys have a standoff, and our boy just asked him straight up, was you pretending the whole time? Was any of it real? And bro, this was giving me flashbacks of the CW Flash show. Cause man just said straight up, I wasn't lying all the time. Sometimes y'all little kids impressed me. There was even a few times I even felt bad tricking you. And boy, that is all Kiryu had to hear to say, F it, we throwing down now. It's time to shake and bake, baby. Oh, and Bloodstock didn't even hesitate. He pulled out the Beyblade launcher because he was ready to let it rip. Boy, you can cut the tension with a knife. You can even hear the transformation over the rain. They stand in there 1 second and instantly punch a freaking sound wave through the rain. Like, my man might be a little under leveled right now, but you could tell he was still kind of letting the anger get to him because boy was kind of saucing him just a little bit. Done snuck in another black flash to my man's chest. Was about to have the series end early before my boy pulled the drill out on him and got a good couple licks in. But man, my boy started having flashbacks to all the good times they had, really thinking that they was actually friends, just to know that this man didn't give a damn. He was getting so caught up the memories of them being a family that Bloodstock got a good couple licks and even emptied the mag out on boy. He was truly distraught, saying that he couldn't beat him. He couldn't bring himself to want to destroy a person that he pretty much looks like as a father figure. I ain't gonna lie, this scene kind of brought me to some tears. It was getting super emotional for the boy. And Bloodstock knew this, and he was gonna take advantage of this to finally put an end to our man. That was until
the homeboy.
Magica.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's your boy. You gotta get yourself one. You gotta get yourself a banjo at some point.
This shit means something to me, man.
Oh yeah, my boy about to go crazy. Boy, our boy Banjo is no stranger to throwing hands. He said, hey, if you can't do it, I'll do it for you, Brody. Boy came in with a kick, hit him with a bop, bop, bop. Was about to put it in the man's ring right here until this man put a strap to my boy chest and let go of the trigger. Dang, that thing gotta have some kick in it. One shot had my boy de-transforming. But this act from Cross Dragon was just enough to give our boy the backbone to stand up for himself and face this father figure head on. As my boy had something just for the occasion as he pulls out the bubbly.
Rabbit Tank Sparkling. Oh, no! Why would you do that? No! Yay!
and we get to witness one of the coolest transformations thus far, that being my boy's rabbit tank sparkling form. And bro, this fit is fire. I'm talking, they got the red and blue that he had before, but then it got the white accents on top of it, boy. And to top it all off, every time my man moves, it make color-coded bubbles. So he does a slide kick straight to man's chest cavity, and Bloodstock realized he in trouble. He tried to throw some hands out just to get them things picked, but my boy Build was about to show him that he built different, and about to take him to a future music video set. Hit him with the bubbly kick, the double cup punch, and that purple drink stomp. But this man Bloodstock gotta be repping slime season because he done shot the cobras out on man, but ain't realized my boy Build got that Mamba mentality and made quick work of these constructs. And bro, if you thought his vortex finish was fire, his sparkling finish is even fire. Bro, that thing is so strong it had Bloodstock over here punching bubble. And even though he was beating this battle, he is not out of the game just yet. It says that they can hold on to the box. He can get it back when he wants, but he'll be seeing them soon, and they should watch out. But I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed watching Build. If you enjoyed this video and you're brand new, you can check out my other Kamen Rider video when I covered Kuga, and that was my first dive into the franchise, and I loved it. Or if you want to hear me talk about another great franchise, check out my Power Ranger and Super Sentai stuff. But what's poppin' in Shaman? I love y'all. Peace.
Peace. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.